Hey everyone, and welcome back to AI Weekly. It's November 1st, 2024, and man, oh man, this week was a whirlwind in AI. OpenAI made some big moves. Apple officially entered the AI arena, and Meta is potentially shaking things up when it comes to search.
It really was a jam-packed week. OpenAI launched ChatGPT Search, bringing web search directly into ChatGPT. They also introduced advanced voice for their desktop app, so now you can actually just talk to ChatGPT.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I saw that. That's really interesting.
And then Apple, not to be outdone, launched Apple Intelligence with iOS 18.1. It includes some interesting features, text proofreading, a smarter Siri, enhanced photo editing tools, but for now it's only available on certain iPhone models.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't realize that it was limited.
Yeah, just on certain models.
Interesting. And then, get this, Meta is apparently developing its own AI-powered search engine, trying to become less reliant on Google and Microsoft.
Right.
And their search engine is supposed to use their AI chatbot to generate those real-time event summaries, like what's happening right now kind of thing. And they even might incorporate location data to take on Google Maps.
Yeah, that's a pretty bold move, taking on not one, but two giants. But it really says a lot about how Meta sees the future of search going.
Totally. And while we're on the topic of competition, GitHub expanded its AI coding platform, adding support for Anthropic's Claude Sonnet 3.5 and Google's Gemini Pro 1.5. So now developers have more choices beyond just OpenAI's models. Plus, we got a sneak peek at GitHub Spark. It's a tool that supposedly lets you build apps just by describing them in plain English.
Yeah, that's a pretty big deal for developers, especially those who aren't that familiar with traditional coding languages. It could really democratize software development.
For sure. Now, even the world AI image generation got shaken up. The Red Panda model from Recraft V3 snagged the top spot on Artificial Analysis's text-to-image model leaderboard. It's got a 72% win rate, which surpasses even Midjourney, and it's the only model that can handle any length of text prompt to generate images.
Wow, that's a big win for Recraft. It just goes to show how quickly the field of text-to-image generation is advancing.
Absolutely. And speaking of advancements, OpenAI is partnering with Broadcom and TSMC to create their own AI inference chip. So this could mean that they're trying to rely less on NVIDIA for their GPUs.
It's a pretty brilliant strategic move. Controlling their own chip production could give them a significant advantage, both in terms of cost and supply chain stability.
Couldn't agree more. And then last but not least, OpenAI held a Reddit AMA this week. And Sam Altman, their CEO, along with some of their other leaders, dropped some hints about their future plans. No GPT-5 on the horizon just yet. But they are focusing on the O-series models. So the upcoming O1 is supposed to be multimodal, meaning it can handle text, audio, image, and video processing. It might even accept video as input. Plus, they think agents are the next big thing in AI, even more so than model improvements. We're talking AI that can actually act autonomously.
That's pretty exciting. AI that can not only understand information, but also act on it in the real world. The possibilities are endless.
For sure. But before we get too lost in the future, let's take a deeper dive into two of the biggest stories from this week.
Yeah, I'm with you there. I'm especially interested in OpenAI's decision to develop their own AI chips.
Yeah.
And also what this whole agent concept really means.
Yeah, me too. Let's start with OpenAI's move into the hardware world. It's a bold move, and I'm curious to explore why they're taking this step.
Well, they're specifically focusing on inference, which is how AI uses what it's learned to make decisions. Think of it like this. ChatGPT, after being trained on all that text data, needs a specialized chip to use that knowledge, to answer your questions or to generate text. That's inference in action.
So this chip isn't about training the AI, it's about putting that training to work in the real world.
Exactly. And to make this happen, they've partnered with Broadcom. They're known for their chip design expertise. And they secured manufacturing with TSMC, the world leader in chip production. This shows just how serious OpenAI is about controlling their own hardware future.
It's a big gamble, though, right? Especially since they're already a major customer of NVIDIA, who pretty much dominates the AI chip market. So why take this risk?
I think there are a couple of reasons. First, relying solely on one supplier can be risky. We've seen how chip shortages can disrupt entire industries. And for a company like OpenAI with their massive AI models, well, a reliable chip supply is absolutely crucial. Having their own chip gives them control over that.
So it's about mitigating risk and ensuring they have the chips they need when they need them.
Precisely. But it's not just about supply. Building their own chips could also save them a lot of money in the long run. AI chips are expensive, and those costs add up fast when you're running models as massive as ChatGPT.
So it's a two-pronged strategy. Secure a reliable chip supply and potentially reduce costs. But can OpenAI really design a chip that can compete with the likes of NVIDIA? That's some serious engineering.
It's a big question for sure. They have brought in some serious talent, including engineers who worked on Google's tensor processing units. Those are their own custom AI chips. But designing a high-performance AI chip is incredibly complex. It requires deep expertise in chip architecture, semiconductor manufacturing, and AI algorithms.
So it's not just about hiring smart people. It's about having the right expertise and the right partnerships. It'll be interesting to see how this all unfolds. If they succeed, it could change the entire AI landscape.
Absolutely. Imagine other AI companies following suit and developing their own hardware. It could lead to a more diverse and competitive AI chip market.
And more competition usually means better products and lower prices.
Exactly. And let's not forget, OpenAI isn't putting all their eggs in one basket. They're also incorporating AMD chips into their infrastructure, which indicates that AMD's new MI300X chip is a serious contender to NVIDIA's dominance.
So the AI chip landscape is heating up, and that's good news for everyone involved. But let's be realistic. OpenAI's chip is still in development. We don't know how it will perform or when it will be available.
Sure, we'll have to wait and see. But this move by OpenAI shows that they are thinking long-term, and they're not just a software company anymore. They're becoming a full-fledged AI powerhouse.
It's a bold vision, and it really highlights a growing trend in tech: vertical integration. Companies are increasingly looking to control more of their own technology, from the hardware to the software to the services.
Yeah, it makes sense. It gives them more control over their destiny. But let's maybe shift gears now and dive into the software side of things, specifically OpenAI's talk about AI agents. This really caught my attention during that Reddit AMA.
Mine too. They seem really excited about this concept. Can you break down what an AI agent is and why it's such a potential game changer?
Sure. Simply put, an AI agent is an AI system that can act independently to achieve a goal. Imagine a supercharged virtual assistant that not only understands your commands, but can actually carry them out, learning and adapting as it goes.
So instead of just answering questions or generating text, an AI agent could actually take action in the real world.
Exactly. Let's say you want to book a flight to Paris. You could tell an AI agent to do it, and it would handle everything, from finding the best flights to making the reservation and managing your itinerary.
Wow, that would be amazing. No more wrestling with those clunky airline websites. Are there any real-world examples of AI agents in action today?
Well, we're still in the early days, but there are some promising examples. Some companies are developing AI agents for customer service, handling basic inquiries and resolving simple issues without human intervention.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Automating those routine tasks seems like a good starting point. But I imagine the potential goes way beyond customer service.
Absolutely. Think about AI agents in healthcare, analyzing medical records, diagnosing conditions, recommending treatments, or in finance, managing investments, optimizing portfolios, alerting you to risks. The possibilities are mind-blowing.
It's both exciting and a little daunting to think about the impact this could have. OpenAI even suggested that agents could be a bigger breakthrough than further model improvements. Do you agree?
It's a bold statement, but there's a strong argument to be made. We've seen incredible progress in AI models, but at some point, bigger and more complex models won't necessarily lead to significantly better performance. The real breakthroughs will come from figuring out how to use these powerful models effectively in real-world applications.
So you're saying that AI agents are the key to unlocking the true potential of these advanced AI models?
I think so. They bridge the gap between the raw power of AI and the practical needs of people and businesses. They can take these complex models and make them truly useful and accessible.
It's a compelling argument. But we have to acknowledge the potential risks, right? We're talking about giving AI systems a lot of autonomy. What could go wrong?
That's the million-dollar question. And it's one we need to consider very carefully as we develop this technology. One of the biggest concerns is unintended consequences. What happens if an AI agent, in pursuit of efficiency, ends up causing harm? Or if its goals don't align with human values?
It's a sobering thought. We need to make sure these AI agents are designed with strong safety mechanisms and that their goals are aligned with human well-being.
Absolutely. And there's also the question of job displacement. If AI agents can perform many of the tasks humans currently do, what happens to the workforce? We need to start thinking about these issues now and develop strategies to address potential negative impacts.
It's clear that we're entering uncharted territory with AI agents. There's a lot we don't know, and it's going to be a fascinating journey to see how this technology unfolds.
I couldn't agree more. It's a time of incredible excitement and cautious optimism. AI agents have the potential to revolutionize our world, but we need to proceed with wisdom and foresight to ensure those changes are positive
Well, this deep dive into OpenAI's future plans has been both insightful and thought-provoking.
It certainly raises some important questions about the future of AI and its role in society.
I'm in awe of the pace of innovation in AI, and even more aware of the importance of ethical considerations. As we navigate this rapidly changing landscape, it's clear AI is no longer a futuristic concept. It's rapidly becoming a part of our lives. And the decisions we make today will have a huge impact on the future.
So precisely why these conversations are so important. We need to be informed, engaged, and actively shaping the direction of AI development. It's not just about the technology. It's about the values we embed in it and the future we want to create.
Well said. And speaking of shaping the future, there were a few other interesting developments this week that are worth mentioning. Universal Music Group and KLA Vision are teaming up to create an ethical AI music model. It's amazing to see AI's influence on creative fields, and this partnership aims to ensure that it happens in a way that respects copyright and benefits artists.
Yeah, it's encouraging to see the music industry taking a proactive approach to AI. AI-generated music has the potential to be incredibly innovative, but we need to address those concerns about copyright and ensure that artists are fairly compensated.
Absolutely. And on a lighter note, OpenAI finally brought its advanced voice feature to their desktop apps for macOS and Windows. Now you can have full conversations with ChatGPT just by using your voice.
It's another example of OpenAI's focus on making AI more accessible and user-friendly, which could really accelerate its adoption across different fields.
From talking to our AI assistants to potentially having them book our flights and manage our calendars, it feels like we're on the verge of a major shift in how we interact with technology.
We are. And it's a shift that will have profound consequences, both positive and potentially negative. It's up to all of us to ensure that AI is used responsibly and ethically, maximizing its benefits while minimizing its risks.
That's a perfect note to end on. This week's AI Weekly has been a whirlwind of the latest advancements, from groundbreaking research to new products, and thought-provoking ethical discussions. It's clear the AI landscape is evolving at an incredible pace, and it's crucial to stay informed and engaged.
I couldn't agree more. The future of AI is being written right now, and it's a story we're all a part of. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring the ever-expanding world of artificial intelligence.
And that wraps up this week's AI Weekly. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the most impactful AI news. Be sure to tune in next week for more insights into the dynamic and ever-evolving world of AI.
It's a fascinating story, really. OpenAI, the company behind ChatGPT, is building its own AI chip, and it's focusing specifically on inference, which is how AI uses what it's learned to make decisions based on new information.
So like once the AI has been trained, this chip is what will be used to actually put that training into action in the real world.
Exactly. And they've teamed up with Broadcom for the chip sign and secured manufacturing with TSMC, the world's leading chip manufacturer. This is a really significant development because it shows just how serious OpenAI is about controlling its hardware destiny.
It seems like a bold move, though, especially considering they're already a major customer of NVIDIA, the current leader in AI chips. So why rock the boat?
Well, there are a few reasons, I think. First, relying on a single supplier can be pretty risky. We've all seen those chip shortages in recent years, and those shortages can have a huge impact on companies like OpenAI that need vast amounts of computing power. Having their own chip gives them much more control over their supply chain.
That makes sense. You don't want to be held back by factors outside of your control, especially when you're growing as rapidly as OpenAI is.
Right, exactly. Second, building their own chip could potentially save OpenAI a lot of money in the long run. AI chips are expensive, and the cost can add up pretty quickly when you're running massive AI models like ChatGPT.
So it's about both supply and cost control. But can OpenAI actually even design a chip that can compete with the likes of NVIDIA? That's a pretty specialized area.
That's the big question, isn't it? They've certainly assembled a very talented team, including engineers who've previously worked on Google's tensor processing units or TPUs, but designing a high-performance AI chip is no easy feat. It requires real expertise in chip architecture, semiconductor manufacturing, and a deep understanding of AI algorithms.
It'll be fascinating to see how this plays out. If OpenAI succeeds in building a competitive chip, it could have a ripple effect throughout the entire AI industry. Could we see other AI companies following suit and developing their own hardware?
It's definitely a possibility. If OpenAI demonstrates that it's possible to break NVIDIA's dominance, it could encourage other companies to explore their own in-house chip designs. And let's not forget, OpenAI isn't putting all its eggs in one basket. They're also adding AMD chips to their infrastructure, which is a sign that AMD's new MI300X chip is a serious contender in the AI chip market.
More competition is always a good thing, right?
Absolutely. It drives innovation and keeps prices in check. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. OpenAI's chip is still in development, and we don't have any concrete details about its performance or when it will be available. We'll just have to wait and see how it all unfolds.
Fair enough. But this development certainly adds another layer of intrigue to the OpenAI story. They're not just a software company anymore. They're becoming a full-fledged AI powerhouse.
That's a great way to put it. And it speaks to the broader trend of vertical integration in the tech industry. Companies are increasingly looking to control more of their own technology stack, from the hardware to the software to the services.
Well, this deep dive into OpenAI's chip development has certainly given me a lot to think about. What's next on the agenda?
Let's move on to OpenAI's future plans. Specifically, this tantalizing idea of AI agents.
Yes, this was one of the most intriguing parts of the Reddit AMA. OpenAI's leadership seemed really excited about this concept. Can you explain what an AI agent is and why it has the potential to be so transformative?
Sure. In simple terms, an AI agent is an AI system that can act autonomously to achieve a specific goal. It's like a super-powered virtual assistant that can not only understand your commands, but can also take action on your behalf, learning and adapting as it goes.
So instead of just answering questions or generating text, an AI agent could actually perform tasks in the real world.
Exactly. Think about it this way. Right now, you might use ChatGPT to help you write an email or summarize a document. But with an AI agent, you could theoretically tell it to book a flight to Paris. And it would handle all the details, from finding the best flights to making the reservation, and even managing your itinerary.
Wow, that's a whole different level of capability. It almost sounds too good to be true. Are there any real-world examples of AI agents in action today?
Well, we're still in the early stages, but there are some promising examples. For instance, some companies are developing AI agents for customer service. That can handle basic inquiries and resolve simple issues without human intervention.
That makes sense. Automating routine tasks seems like a logical starting point.
Yeah.
But I imagine the potential applications go far beyond customer service.
Absolutely. AI agents could revolutionize everything from healthcare to finance to education. Imagine an AI agent that can analyze your medical records, diagnose your condition, and even recommend treatment options. Or an AI agent that can manage your investments, optimize your portfolio, and alert you to potential risks. The possibilities are really quite mind-blowing.
It's both exciting and a little bit daunting to think about the potential impact of AI agents. OpenAI's leadership even hinted that agents could be a bigger breakthrough than further model improvements. Do you agree with that assessment?
It's a bold statement, but I think there's a strong argument to be made. We've seen incredible progress in AI model development in recent years, but at some point we're going to hit a point of diminishing returns.
Meaning that further improvements in model size and complexity won't necessarily translate into significantly better performance.
Exactly. At some point, the real breakthroughs will come from figuring out how to effectively deploy these powerful models in real-world applications. And that's where AI agents come in.
So AI agents are the key to unlocking the true potential of these advanced AI models.
I think so. AI agents provide the bridge between the raw power of AI and the practical needs of businesses and individuals. They're the ones who can take these complex models and make them truly useful and accessible.
That's a compelling argument. But of course, there are also potential risks associated with AI agents, right?
Yeah.
We're talking about giving AI systems a significant amount of autonomy. What could go wrong?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? And it's one that we need to be very careful about as we develop these technologies. One of the biggest concerns is unintended consequences. AI agents are designed to achieve specific goals. But what happens if those goals are misaligned with human values? What happens if an AI agent, in its pursuit of efficiency, ends up causing harm?
That's a sobering thought. We need to ensure that AI agents are designed with robust safety mechanisms and that their goals are aligned with human well-being.
Absolutely. And there are also concerns about job displacement. If AI agents become capable of performing many of the tasks that humans currently do, what will that mean for the workforce? We need to be thinking about these issues now and developing strategies to mitigate potential negative impacts.
It's clear that we're entering uncharted territory with AI agents. There's a lot we don't know. And it's going to be a fascinating journey to see how this technology evolves in the years to come.
I couldn't agree more. It's a time of both tremendous excitement and cautious optimism. AI agents have the potential to revolutionize our world in countless ways, but we need to proceed with wisdom and foresight to ensure that those changes are ultimately positive.
Yeah, it really is mind-boggling to think how quickly things are changing. It seems like every week there's a new breakthrough or a new challenge to consider.
I know it's true. The pace of innovation in AI is unlike anything we've ever seen before, and it's not just about the technology itself. It's about how we adapt as a society, how we prepare for a future where AI plays an even more significant role.
Well said. And speaking of preparing for the future, let's talk about another big story this week that touches on those very themes. OpenAI's announcement that they are developing their first in-house AI chip.
Yeah, this is a huge development, and it signals a major shift in OpenAI strategy. They've been relying heavily on NVIDIA GPUs for their computing needs, but this move suggests that they want more control over their hardware destiny.
It makes sense when you think about it. AI chips are the engine that powers these massive language models. Having a reliable and cost-effective supply of chips is critical for OpenAI's future.
Exactly, and it's not just about cost and reliability by designing their own chip. OpenAI can optimize it specifically for their AI models, potentially achieving even greater performance and efficiency.
It's like having a custom-built engine for a race car. You can squeeze out every bit of power and performance.
That's a great analogy, and it highlights the strategic importance of this move. OpenAI is essentially betting that they can build a better chip than what's currently available on the market. If they're right, it could give them a significant advantage over their competitors.
It's a bold move, but OpenAI has a history of pushing the boundaries. They're not afraid to take risks and experiment, and with partners like Broadcom and TSMC on board, they have the expertise and resources to potentially pull this off.
Yeah, it's certainly a story we'll be following closely in the coming months, and it speaks to a larger trend in the AI industry, a move towards vertical integration, where companies are seeking to control more of the technology stack from the hardware to the software.
It's all about gaining a competitive edge and securing your future in a rapidly evolving landscape. Let's shift gears for a moment and talk about something a little different, something that highlights the potential of AI to be a force for good in the world.
I think you're talking about the partnership between Universal Music Group, one of the biggest music companies in the world, and KLA Vision, an AI company focused on ethical AI development.
You got it. They're working together to create an AI music model that prioritizes responsible scaling and copyright respect.
This is a crucial development in the world of AI music. There's been a lot of concern about AI being used to create music that infringes on the rights of artists and songwriters. This partnership aims to address those concerns head on.
It's a sign that the music industry is taking the ethical implications of AI seriously. They're not just embracing the technology blindly, they're actively working to ensure that it's used in a way that benefits everyone, not just the tech companies.
It really highlights the importance of collaboration between different industries. We need artists, musicians, technologists, and ethicists all working together to shape the future of AI in creative fields.
Couldn't agree more. It's about finding that balance between innovation and responsibility. And speaking of innovation, OpenAI also made some waves this week with the release of advanced voice for their desktop apps.
Oh yeah, now you can have those natural back and forth conversations with ChatGPT using just your voice. It's like having a personal AI assistant right there on your computer.
I've been playing around with it, and it's surprisingly smooth. The voice recognition is accurate, and ChatGPT responds in a very conversational way. It really feels like you're talking to another person.
Yeah, it's a testament to OpenAI's focus on user experience. They're making AI more accessible and intuitive, which could lead to wider adoption across a range of applications.
Absolutely. From having our AI assistants book our flights to potentially using them to help us write music or code software, the possibilities are truly endless.
It's an exciting time to be following the world of AI. Things are changing so rapidly, and it's hard to predict what the future holds. But one thing is for sure, AI is going to have a profound impact on all of our lives.
Well, that about wraps up another episode of AI Weekly. As always, it's been a whirlwind of news and insights. We covered everything from OpenAI's ambitious move into chip development to the ethical considerations of AI music and the increasing accessibility of AI through voice interfaces.
It's been a fascinating journey, and I can't wait to see what next week brings. Until then, keep exploring the ever-evolving world of artificial intelligence.
And that's a wrap on AI Weekly for November 1st, 2024. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the most impactful AI news. Be sure to tune in next week for more insights into the dynamic world of AI. Until then, stay curious.